An artist that's always well represented in the Welsh sale is, of course, Donald McIntyre, and an impressive selection in this sale as well. I do like these early works, all in their original Hessian frame. I've often said that I don't think there's any artist who can paint or convey a crashing wave better than Donald McIntyre. Fine example here. I love this one of the crowded beach, also in the Hessian frame, and this one, two men, two boats, and both figures deep in conversation. I wonder what the narrative is, whether he's complaining about his parking or having a moan about not catching enough fish. I do like these very much. Moving on to the acrylic ones, wonderful one here with the mauve skies and the way the light reflects on the top of those cliffs, and then the foreground leading to those crashing waves which you can almost hear. And on the top row, once again, if it's a cottage by the sea you want, then there's no one better to convey it than Donald McIntyre. This huge painting here, really like that one. And this one overlooking the sea there, the way that the yellow gorse is sort of sprinkled around, and how perfectly he captures these cottages. And this one, a rough sea Iona, and this one incidentally has been sent in from France to be auctioned here in Cardiff. Donald McIntyre, I feel sometimes, to many in Wales, is considered an adopted Welshman, and another artist who falls into that category, I think, is John Piper. Let's take a look at some of the paintings that he's got in this auction. And the reason we think of him as an adopted Welshman is because he spent so much time in his cottage and studio in Pembrokeshire in Garnfawr. But it's not Wales that's the feature in the two original paintings in the auction. We move to the French countryside, and these are so typical of his work, and I love the way that he seems to mix the abstract with realism. He visited France often from the 1930s onwards, and I love this one, the way it's signed clearly, it's dated and titled in its original Hessian frame, as is this one. Is also one of his most popular prints, and we're back in Wales for that one. This is Llangollen. Always seems to do very well at auction. An artist, I'm afraid I have to admit, I know very little about is Ray Howard-Jones, but there's a superb article in the Welsh Sale catalogue by a very good friend, David Moore, giving us an insight into her life and the way she painted. Particularly like these two examples, this dockland scene. It's so full of colour and vibrancy, the reds and the yellows and the pinks and the tugboat in the foreground here, and very similar to John Piper in many ways, a mix of the realism and the abstract. And this an early one painted in the early 60s, and this one as well, my favourite, moon over the deer park, Martin's Haven. I love the way the moonlight, it just seems to be shining through, particularly like this one. And on the back of it, provenance is absolutely impeccable. It's got a label from the prestigious Leicester Galleries in Mayfair. It's titled and it's dated 1964, painted in 1963. And of course, all these paintings coming up for auction in the Welsh Sale Part 1 on November the 30th here in Cardiff.